Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to your daily dose of the long dark, at least during the week days. Where were we? I wrote the description out not 10 minutes ago, and I can't remember. We started yesterday off in the main hangar at the Forsaken Airfield, having set out with the intention of doing some exploring, and then I found 10 kilograms of salt, which immediately means a meat curing box. So I built the necessary workbench, the furniture making workbench, in the main hangar at the Forsaken Airfield, because why not? Having collected the necessary wood locally and having sufficient on me to make that possible, I then made the meat curing box, packed it on the travois, and of course, having gotten the meat curing box, that means I need the raw meat to stuff it with, which means bear hunt, which means going back to Drift Island, which I duly did. Weather did not cooperate. Ended up at a hunter's blind in the middle of glimmer fog. Made a snow shelter, settled down, got hit by a blizzard, stayed where I was for a day, and in the morning after the blizzard I was able to make it to Drift Island. And in principle the bear should respawn today, so hopefully a bear hunt is on the cards. What else? I think that's everything, actually. I can't think of anything else at any rate. I do need to fix the travois, that trip back and forth. They're not very substantial creations. That's not quite the word I want, but anyway. So, yeah, I gotta fix that as well, but it should hold up long enough for me to collect the bear. Oh, which means I have to unload the travois, which I always hate doing because there's about 75 kilograms of stuff on there. Anyway, all is actually going well for Mackenzie during this run, so let's go see what's going to happen.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yes, I know. And, oh yes, I ran across the wolf that resides on that side of the island on the way back. And I kind of was hoping it was dead, because it was the last time I saw it, which is when I headed out and ended up in the Forsaken Airfield. What time of day is it? It is nearly midday. That is curing. That's ruined. There is the meat curing box that all this is about. And actually, that sort of reminds me, do I have on my person the remainder of the salt? I do not. Let's go and grab it. It's not too bad, just extremely cold. Which is not a good thing. Where did I... Good morning, Pseudo. How are you doing today? As you might be able to tell, we're back on Drift Island with a bear hunt forthcoming if the weather cooperates at all. Oh, right. Nope. I know it's not going to fit in here, is it? Oh, excuse me. Right. Well, busy this morning. I woke up an hour late, so everything was rush this morning. I wonder if it is early enough for me to blink the bear, or warm enough, in fact. I have a suspicion it is not. Oh, don't worry about it. It was just Warframe. You know, hit things until they die a lot. I need firewood, so that's something to do. Go find firewood. Good afternoon, rabbits. I also need twigs. I need a little bit of replenishment. Yes, I wouldn't ask anybody to stay up till 3 AM in the morning just to watch me. I know I saw another. Yeah, there it is. I knew I saw something around here. And I need 15 twigs. The reason I need 15 twigs. No, what you were hearing was wind. So yes, that was quite normal. In fact, it was very cold at that point. It's the nature of the place. You do get strong winds and cold weather. So yeah, utterly normal.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Stop complaining, Mackenzie. You're boring me. And let's get him bang doors, get our condition back up to normal, drop the stuff I don't want, which is this. And if I can find one more twig, that will be me set up to make another snow shelter, which given that, given the events of yesterday, you can imagine how important a snow shelter is. Morning, Tony. Oh, well, I can't remember. Were you here for yesterday morning's live stream, or did you review it subsequently? Quick recap again. I made it from... Yes, what did I do yesterday morning? Made the furniture building workbench, made the meat curing box, made my way across to... well, back here to Drift Island. That was entertaining. Ah, right, yeah, so no progress since then. The Long Dark is one of those games in which everything that I do or talk about, I have live streamed. I think there's one video missing. I don't think the continuity matters. I didn't like my discussion in the video, so I got rid of it. I've done that a few times, where I go off on an unhinged rant and look back and think, okay, that really wasn't necessarily advised. Or wasn't well thought out. That happens too. But since last October, I think there's been 2, maybe 3 videos tops where I mentally reviewed it afterwards and thought, nah, don't want that. Oh, I've got to drop my twigs off. Actually, I'm not quite sure why I'm going back down here to drop the twigs off. Oh, because I've got to unpack this thing, haven't I? Alright, let's drop the firewood off. At least it's not too cold. I am not too tired.
The sun's setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
That should be enough cedar to keep me going for a bit. I did just drop that, didn't I? Yes, I did. Let's eat some food. Oh, I just happened to pick the 2 smallest pieces of bear, didn't I? Well, at least I am well supplied. Oh, I don't know why I'm going this way. So what we'll do is, I might as well do this now while I think about it.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Yeah, and now it's getting cold again. I didn't realise I was still carrying the bearskin. No, there's this sort of electromagnetic anomaly that's damaged the weather and done various things. And I need...
Feels like a lot of gear.
I do want that on me. And I'll worry about the rest of it in the morning. Morning, little nugget. Yeah, in fact, your situation is that you were in an aircraft flying across the region when the magnetic anomaly hit and you crashed. So that's why we're here. know of the things I do not want to lose. The bearskin rug is definitely one of them. Let's see if I can... Yes, there we go. So I need to replenish my water supplies. Oh, I just realised I might be able to make another bearskin cloak. Right, there we go. That should hopefully get our condition back up to normal. Oh, I actually slept in today. I didn't wake up until 4 AM. It's late for me, so everything has been a bit of a rush. Cross fingers that it's not too terrible in the morning. How's your day going, little nugget? Wind's back up, I think. No, not too bad. And all I've got to do now is wait for the sun to rise a bit. And... okay. That's not completely unacceptable weather. Not for a hunt. It's going to be cold though. Let's go finish emptying the travois. Oh yes, this is weather I can hunt bear in. It's not even too cold. And the reason I'm doing this
It's starting to weigh me down.
Is because I need the travois to transport the bear. How much cloth have I got? Oh, definitely drop that. Let's see. Ooh. Oh yes, that's right. I found 2 arrows, didn't I? I can make 2 more arrows, which is good. Try not to forget that. And let's drop about... oh yes, drop the hammer. And I had quality tools, didn't I? And I'm still way overloaded. Let's see. The reason I carry this at all times is because you never know when you might want it, and I don't want to forget it, because this is a rare thing in the game. I don't know how many places it is in, but it is pretty rare. And the wolfskin coat needs fixing. I'm going to need a moose at some point. This thing's been very useful. I don't know whether it's the highest armor in the game, but it's very good. So, what else can I drop? Oh, forgot I had. Have I been carrying this? I forgot about the fuses. And the torch. Into this. I wonder did I pick those up? I don't know. Don't need that. All of which should contribute to my moving around more easily. Okay. I don't even remember where I picked up another one of the magnifying glasses. Okay, that's a little bit better. Still on the chilly side, but not too bad. Oh, nice little grab. Some of that.
Could end up being useful.
Yes, that could be very useful. And let's fix my coat. Oops. I hit space intending to do a little jump, and that didn't work. So we'll just give the weather a bit of a chance to warm up. Oh, I need some cured guts, don't I? And I want my stick. No, I can worry about the sticks later. Where'd I put the cured gut? There we go. Get there. And this is why I have the wolfskin coat. It's a more sustainable clothing than, say, the bearskin or moose skin coat. What am I doing? I am fixing something. Right. Oh, something else needs fixing. Oh, I need to fix other things. I want to go after the bear, unfortunately, so we'll come back to that later. And the reason I knew that... Yes. The reason I knew that something needed fixing was because my bonus temperature was down to only 31 degrees centigrade. It's typically at 32. And off we go. Oh, bother. That's not good weather for hunting bear in, because I won't be able to see it. Yes, no. It's fine weather for sort of doing a little bit of general walking around, but yeah, I need to have longer. I need to have greater visibility than this. Which means I'm going back to fix my rabbit skin Hoojama Whatsits. And yes, Hoojama Whatsits is a technical expression. Along with thingamajigs, also a technical expression. And something you get irritated about when somebody else doesn't understand what you mean. I'm just looking at that wall behind me. I ought to consider getting a green screen so that I can I don't know, put some kind of picture up there. I'm not quite sure what I'd put up. Got these little things I want to get sooner or later. A proper explosives filter for the microphone. Green screen so I can stick it over there and put a better background on. What else do I need? Oh, a better live stream will be coming soon. Intro. Actually, that would be straightforward. I could just use what I've already got. I could take a chunk out of my ASMR video and stick that up. So you get 10 minutes of looking at the title screen with music from The Long Dark on it. And actually, I do have... there are things I can do to occupy myself. Where did I put my sticks? Where did I put... And of course, yes, Now, there we go. There's my stick. Come on. That's what I want. Where'd I put the feathers? Oh, I want my rabbit pelts. Oh, crow feathers. I saw crow feathers. Oh, alright. I'll just grab everything. Alright, that should be enough. Right, now I can just go and drop everything again. Just to get the feathers. Don't think I need... Yes, I'll need that. Yes, I'll need that. That, and that. Okay. Let's go and make some arrows. And I'm going to make free with my otherwise stored bear meat because all of this is going to end up getting replaced. Hopefully with 20 kilograms of dried meat, which doesn't weigh very much. It'll weigh about a quarter of that, so. And I need my... Where's my tools? Let's get my advanced tools. This is the first time I've actually, maybe the second time I've actually remembered to pick this up when I'm about to make something. Yes. If I was going after deer, I could do it in this weather. But for bear, I want to be able to have a good view of what I'm up to. Right. Let's craft arrow shafts. And 2 simple arrows. Oh, look at that. Saves me an hour and a half. Yeah. So now I have 21 arrows. Now that's the most I've ever carried at one time. Curiously, I've got 11 more stashed somewhere. I don't remember where. Okay. Yeah. So, what am I doing? Fixing. And... getting my water supply back up. Okay. What do I want to repair? Let's repair that. And what else do I need to repair? That's been done. That's okay for now. That'll last a while. Let's repair those. Yes, I need more deerskin. And those I need, yes, okay. So I do need to go after deer. Another wolf or two wouldn't hurt, so... That's still in good condition. The good news is, even though that's a moose skin satchel, I can repair it with leather. Go figure. And... And if anything's to go by, hour and a half should sort that out. Let's see. What else do I need to do? Let's start. I always find it very handy to have water nearby just in case. What else? Anybody think of something else I ought to be doing? Apart from going out and hunting. Let's see. Excuse me while I ponder a moment, which means stroking my beard in a meaningful and thoughtful fashion. I used to know somebody who hated this. Said it reminded her of her husband. Fortunately, I only knew them casually. That reminds me. I need a trip to the barber's. My hair's too long, my beard needs a trim. Hopefully I can manage that this weekend. I also need to go to Marks and Spencer's at some point. What else do I need to do while I'm sitting here thinking? I heard it said somewhere that when you're in a survival situation, any moment you're not spending thinking about or doing something about your ongoing survival is a waste of time. What is that? Oh yeah, I don't know where the camera is for that, and I don't care. I'm not huge on taking permanent screenshots. Hello, Lalo. This is survival mode. The difficulty level is Voyager, which is the second easiest. The reason I started out with Voyager, wasn't very experienced when I started streaming the game. And I don't want to abandon the run because I've been doing it for 450 odd days in the game, so I'm reluctant to abandon it. Otherwise I would probably restart with the next difficulty up, which is Stalker. Now if you're curious, I do have at least 6 interloper runs in 2 separate live streams in which I try and find out what interloper's like. And the answer is it's a nightmare. I've died in every single one. I haven't lasted more than a day simply because I couldn't find the means to make fire. And that was when I was in areas that I knew, and I could not find the means to survive. So interloper, there are people who have done, long-term interloper runs, but you have to kind of get lucky, I think, in the early stages. I wouldn't be surprised if there were people who have long misery runs, and misery is worse. But interloper's notorious. So Stalker might end up being sort of the optimum between difficulty and the ability to survive. Like I said, I do have a Stalker run that I used to run in the evenings, but I can't do the long dark all the time. It's nice to have some variation. So the evenings now are Warframe most of the time. Because Warframe's easy. And you can look cool doing it. And as I've said before, Warframe is very good at making the most inept player look surprisingly good.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
And that's another day. I started to get my water supplies back up. There we go, that should last me a few days. Oh, to further continue my answer to you, Lalo. Yeah, this is survival. Sandbox survival mode, as they call it. There is also Wintermute, which is essentially a separate game, which is the story mode. And if you want to see what story mode is like, I stream that typically at the weekends. So if you go look at my playlist, you can see the complete story to date. There are currently 5 episodes with hopefully a 6th to finish everything off. I think that's right. And I am on episode 3 in the final part of episode 3, which I might be able to finish this weekend in terms of time required to do it. And if you're curious, so far in Wintermute / story mode, I have about 32 hours. So it's possible to get where I've gotten in story mode faster than that. It's also possible to have taken longer if you do all the side quests. So story mode is a complete game in and of itself. And in fact, I think it's sold separately as well. And it doesn't even use exactly the same game engine. I mean, it uses the same game engine, but it hasn't been kept up to date as this one has. So I hope that answers everything. Right. And this is the usual if I was any good at this, I don't mean game, although I'm mediocre at best, but at running a YouTube channel, what I probably ought to do is take my daily live streams and then condense them down into a sort of summary video. I've got no idea how I would do that. I don't have the artistic or observational ability to be a very good video editor. Oh, well, I'm glad I appeared on your homepage. I do not know what days is, but oh, and thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. 200 is just around the corner, which will make me grin when I achieve that. Oh, what's even funnier is, and this is something I've talked about before, on Twitch, I'm approaching affiliate status, which I never expected. I just need more live viewers on Twitch on a regular basis, and I'll make affiliate, which means I might get money out of it. I don't imagine I'd make very much, but it's one of those things, about making money on the internet. It's quite hard to do. So I would monetize Twitch just for the flex, just as if I hit 1,000 subscribers on this. I would monetize this just for the flex, just to get that grin on my face when I realize I've made a couple of pounds in a month, But I'm a long way from getting monetized on YouTube. I need 1,000 subscribers. In fact, that's all I need, I think, is 1,000 subscribers. In case you didn't know, to get monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers. You need 4,000 viewing hours in a year. I think those are the two primaries. The 4,000 viewing hours is not a problem. What did I get in the last 28 days? Hang on a second. In the last 28 days, if I go and have a look at my analytics. Yeah, in the last 28 days, I've got 1,800 viewing hours. So viewing hours is not a problem for I say not a problem for live streamers. Yeah. So I say not a problem for live stream. Actually, I don't know if it's a problem for live streamers. I don't know. I know vaguely of one other new live streamer. What's her name? Oh grief, I referred to her yesterday and I can't remember what her channel is called. She's new. She's been streaming The Long Dark for a fairly short time, and it's interesting to see her progression. I'm not going to say compared with mine, but it is interesting to see how she's doing. What was her name? It's not Winter's Silence. Oh, hang on a second. Whispers in the Snow. There we go. And it's interesting to watch how she does as a new streamer and content creator, because she streamed The Long Dark for 2 hours 10 minutes yesterday, and no, 2 hours ago, no views. I am not an experienced streamer. I am very tempted to email her and give her advice, but I'm hardly qualified to do that. But it is nonetheless interesting to see somebody try. She's got better production values than me. She knows more about OBS, I think, than I do. So, at least from that angle, she's got a lot more going than I do. Plus, I'll be honest, she's a whole lot prettier than me. But, yeah, I've actually watched some of her live streams, and Whispers in the Snow, if you see this is not a bash. There is some advice I would give her about talking to the camera, for example. This is something, I can't remember when I learned this, but doing what I'm doing right now is a trick that means I can be seen to be interacting with you, the viewer, and I haven't seen Whispers in the Snow do that. It's something she needs to get a hang on. But it's still nice to see people try, and yeah, she popped up on my main page, and so keep an eye on them. Not because she's competition, Honestly, not because she's competition. Just because it's nice to see someone try. Because contrary to what people say, and I have heard one or two people talk rather disparagingly about live streaming. Live streaming is a skill, I think. It's something you have to learn. I ought to go back and have a look at some of my early live streams on webcam and see how it compares with how I am now. But anyway, sorry, that's enough of a digression. Sorry, that's something I tend to do, as everybody will be able to tell you. Sometimes I will just talk about something that's completely unrelated to the game. But yeah, okay, I'll have to take a look at days. I'm not huge,
but I can't sleep.
I say I'm not huge into multiplayer. That's not entirely true. It would depend on the type of multiplayer and how that's handled. And that's not good weather for hunting either. Drat. This is the problem with Forsaken Airfield. This is glimmer fog, I think. Yes, it's glimmer fog. And so you can see the problem. I can't see where I would be going. It gives you insomnia. And the other problem from a streaming point of view is it means there's not much for me to do except for the weather to pass. So at this point I am now obliged to try and be entertaining in ways other than playing the game. What can I do to enhance my survival? Apart from making more water. Ooh! Yes, let's see whether... Now, that will be ready in a day or so. That will be ready soon. You could, you know, if you wanted to, in this region, at least there's another couple of regions you could do it easily. Spend some time building up your store of bearskins, which makes the bearskin coat a much more viable option if you've got the coat and you've got 2 or 3 skins to repair it. The door does close eventually on its own. Alright, let's have a look, see what else do I need to do. Yeah, that definitely needs fixing. I think I can only get that up to about 76% from here. Let's see. Oh no, I could get it back up to 100%. That's good. I'm not accidentally carrying my bearskin bedroll, am I? Yeah, those need fixing. That needs fixing. Did I not have... I could have sworn I had a cured wolf skin, but maybe I used it already. Nope, I don't. Right. Let me see. What can I talk about? I'm not particularly familiar with the soap opera aspect of YouTube, so I'm not really in a position to talk about that. I am in no way, shape or form in touch or involved with almost any of the YouTube community. I do my thing, they do their thing, and never the twain shall meet. Well, I should... Actually, what I should do... let's go and see if I can find any more firewood. I say one good thing. this island is comparatively safe. The worst thing you're going to encounter is a wolf down in this general direction. Oh, and I need to find that wolf. Let's see if we can find the wolf. Yeah, the other good thing about the island is it's so small, you can pretty much find your way around it in pretty much any weather. Lots of identifying features, so it's relatively straightforward to fall off the edge, which I do not wish to do. Mental note to pick that up on the way back. So yes, this is the right region, isn't it? The wolf that inhabits this particular section of the lake, and at this difficulty level at least there's only one of them, does come up on this slope. And in fact this is where I had my encounter with it yesterday. Because this is the easiest way to get the travois onto the island when it's loaded. Rose hips for vitamin C or fresh fish. And there is, and I say this for the people watching who don't know this, there's a fishing hut in that direction. Which is much safer than the one on the other side of the island where you have to go around a pack of wolves. I am not going to be able to find that dead wolf, am I? No. Yeah, there's the fishing hut. All I've got to do... Yeah. Very useful spot, this. Oh, there's the wolf. I think. Yes. Yes, it is. Poor wolf. And we'll grab it. And I will grab the meat, because meat is meat. And this will probably get me quite chilly, but that's alright.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
But you can see the problem, even with fog like this. If you were out on open ice, it would be very easy to get lost. But here, because everything I know is so close together, it makes things a lot easier. But just to give you some idea, and I told this story before, so I apologize to everybody who's already heard it. In Bleak Inlet, I was staying in a place called the Cannery Residence Hut. And it's a very useful location. There is a fishing hut literally within, oh, I don't know, 10, 20 meters of your house. And you think, oh, that's very useful. Except that I went to spend the night in the fishing hut, and I think it was to deal with probably cabin fever, which can afflict you. No, weather's clearing up. Anyway, I spent half the night in the hut, and a blizzard blew up, and I started to freeze to death, which is what happens. And so I thought, well, this will be easy. I'll just go back to the hut, and got lost in the blizzard. Which is quite realistic. You can get lost in blizzards very easily. So, yeah, that was interesting. But the good news was, because I was so close to the shoreline, I was able to find the shoreline in the middle of the blizzard, and then find my way back to where I was staying. And that was when I was literally within, you know, from here to the tree. That was the distance I got lost in. Despite knowing which direction I should go. Well, this is turning into a quiet run. What am I thinking? I am thinking I need to put that wolf pelt down. And let us... I wonder if it's what the weather's like outside. Not sheltered. No, not a good place. I think I'm going to cook indoors. Sorry about that.
Come on. Come on. This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yeah. Wind's kicked up. Which means it'd be quite cold out there. Quick way to pass the day. If in doubt, make water, because you never know when you're going to
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load
run
for much
out
longer.
of everything, really. Conceivably. Alright, let's eat some wolf, seeing as I went to all the trouble of getting it. Right, I've been going for an hour, which means I take my mandatory 3 or 4 minute break. So I'll leave you with the flickering fire briefly, and I will be back very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Well, unless you need to take a break yourselves, of course. Yeah, I've still got to remember. I need to do something about macros on this. I think a stream deck would be a good idea at some point. Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. 180 seconds-ish. Right, I'm back. Mostly. Where was I? I was going to sleep, I think. Move the coffee cup so that I can see chat. Now I've forgotten what I was doing. Oh, yes, of course, he's got insomnia, hasn't he? Insomnia is a bit irritating, but yeah, this is what happens. But in some ways, it's no worse than sleeping through the night in the middle of a blizzard by a fire Because you can only sleep for 2 hours at a time, because you might otherwise freeze to death if the conditions change. "12 calories worth of wolf." Is that all? I end up using wolf meat to sort of snack on. Yeah, I've got the whole insomnia thing going for me. And this is why you need so much water. You do go through it. You can game the your food content. One thing I learned back during COVID, when I actually first started watching rather than making content about the long dark, was you could starve yourself through the day and then eat at night just enough to get you through the night. You can still do that, I think. But if you don't keep yourself well fed, you get a 5 kilogram carry bonus, and the moose skin sack gives you another 5 kilograms, which is handy to have. And it's going to be freezing outside, so we will pass the time. Alright, let's see. I got a suspicion this is not going to be good weather. Nope. Terrible weather for hunting bear, and it's glimmer fog again. Wonderful. So, unfortunately, if you're expecting exciting things, you're not going to get it today. It doesn't look like. But at least I can repair the travois. Where is it? Oh, come on. Oh, sort by weight helps. Oh, there it is. I have 3? Oh, no. I was going to say, I have 3 maple saplings. No, if I harvest that, I have 3 maple saplings. The repairing can be irritating. I once had a success possibility of something like 85–90%. I was trying to repair something with deerskin, and I went through 4 deerskins before I got a successful repair. I wasn't happy. Okay, so that's almost cured. This is getting along. Let's snack on some more wolf. Yeah, as you can see, wolf doesn't last very long. I mean, you can live off wolf for a day or so, tops. If you're trying to keep your carry bonus up, which I am, it's highly recommended. And it's got enough water. Ooh, I know what I can do. I was going to go and get some more firewood, because kind of need it. Yeah. And I did see some substantial sticks on the way off the island, so we'll go grab that. I think... I'm not sure whether it's moose or bear, to be honest. I can't remember. Neither gives you a realistic amount of food, because I mean, a moose is obviously significantly more massive than a bear, and I went the wrong way. And I can't remember which gives you... I think it's about the same, to be honest, but I'm not sure. And you can get large bears. I had one bear that I had to make 2 trips for with a travois. Couldn't carry all of it. And I've come the wrong way again. Yeah, the footprints in the snow are handy, you can follow it. This isn't mine. Where's the body gone? Somebody was staying out here for whatever reason, and presumably died out here. Although he was only a short distance from his house. Where's... Yeah, there it is. I came all this way just for a large chunk of... You can repair the hacksaws, incidentally. Which is handy. Which is why I'm using it so much. You can sharpen an axe, but my whetstone is not in fantastic condition. But I can fix the hacksaw, so... And the weather magically clears. Great.
Feels like a lot of gear.
In principle, I could go hunting in this, except that I have encountered a glitch whereby, and this only happened in Bleak Inlet, but I kind of heard of it happening to other people, where you shoot a bear or something, and then you go back to find it and it despawns. So I really want the situation to be such that I shoot the bear and then I can immediately take as much of it as I can back home. But there doesn't appear to be moose around here. I haven't seen one. Because I could definitely use a moose skin. I might have to cheat and look up on the wiki where there are moose in the Forsaken Airfield. I don't like moose hunts because they are difficult. It's not like a bear where you shoot it and it bleeds out, or the same happens with deer or wolves. With moose, you've got to basically take it down in one go, which means you've got to be in a position where it can't get to you. And you have to have a rough guide, 5 rounds of rifle ammunition, possibly an equal number of arrows. Anna posted some clips of a guy hunting moose with a revolver. I think it took 28 rounds of revolver ammunition. But in terms of hardest to hunt, moose and probably cougar. I understand the cougar is not a fun experience. But even though I do have the cougar turned on, there appears to be a glitch whereby in order to actually get the cougar to spawn, you have to restart the game or restart your run, and I'm not prepared to do that. Not just to find a cougar. That will wait until I die in this run. I used to say, by the way, that if I died in this run, I would start an interloper run. Well, I've already done that 6 times. So I think what I would do is, if I died in this run, I would do I'd either continue my Stalker difficulty run, or start a new Stalker difficulty run. Let's fix my... Am I carrying those? I should be, shouldn't I?
Dusk, so night can't be far behind.
Yes, I'm not quite sure how repairing the hacksaw goes. You can also repair the can opener. Oh, we have an Aurora. Yeah, here's my collection of fats that I picked up over the time I've stayed here. I can make oil out of the fat, but I have very little I can make with it because I don't have flour. And there is flour in the game. I just don't have any. And that's my entire wolf done. So in about a day I've eaten the entire wolf. Deer only last a few days as well. Oh yes. I remember what I was doing. Dropping off the firewood. And unfortunately you can't use the tinder plugs for firewood. You can only use it as tinder, and then you get to the point where you don't need tinder to light a fire anymore. So all this goes to waste. There's literally nothing I can do with it. I don't think. Now, having said that, yeah, there's nothing I can do with it except use it to light a fire, which is of absolutely no benefit to me. Still, we get to look at the pretty aurora. And actually, this can be a useful time. You get to see lights. So you can see over there. You can see the lights over there. That's the road. That's the general direction of the airfield itself. So I think that's the road. And actually, let's go have a wee look, because nope, not going down there. Last time we were in the Aurora, we were at the Hunter's Hide stand over that way, and we could see at least 2 sets of lights. Now, one of them was over in that direction, which was almost certainly the float plane that's crashed over there. But the other is over in this direction, and I don't think it was the hut, because the hut has no electricity. So I am curious to see if we can spot it from here. I wouldn't normally go wandering around at night in the middle of an aurora, but because the predators have become more aggressive. However, this island seems to be devoid of predators, so I'm going to take a bit of a chance. Let's see if we can spot the float plane. I can't remember where you can see the float plane from. Apparently not here. No, apparently not. So yeah, there's a float plane over there, but there was another set of lights off in this general direction, which I'm not seeing. Unless... no, that's a star. And I have spotted things to go visit because of the aurora in, where was it? Mystery Lake. There was this set of lights on the mountain, which led to an expedition to go and find out what it was. I think it was a radio tower. That was fun. Ended up spending the night in the blizzard, huddled in a slightly sheltered spot near the radio tower. Yeah, that gives you a better... oh, that gives you quite a view of the airfield. And... that's odd. I can't see the float plane lights at all. I should be able to see them. This makes me want to squint at the screen. That looks really close, doesn't it? And you wouldn't believe how long it takes to get from over there to here. I mean, you can do it in a day, but I am not seeing the float plane lights at all. And it should be... in fact, it's there. I can see the float plane, but I can't see the lights. So what lights was I seeing? Yeah, because in fact, I can pretty much see where I stayed the night a few nights ago. It's more or less straight ahead of me. Or is it over there? Yeah, no, it is. In fact, it's straight ahead of me. So I could see a set of lights in this direction, which I can't see now, and another set of lights over here, which I'm not seeing now. So I don't know what maybe it was just... I won't say graphical artifacts. Maybe it was just, I don't know. An artifact of the graphics? Tell you what though, being out in the aurora was creepy as hell. But the aurora is useful, and there are some places you can't get into, because what it does is it obviously sort of turns the electricity on. And there are places you can only get to when the electricity turns on. And one of the most important ones is the workspace area in the cannery in Bleak Inlet, which you want to get into because there's a reloading bench there. Yes, it does. does tend to kick up your adrenaline just a little bit, because I never know what I'm going to come across. Well, I do in principle know precisely what I'm going to come across. Nothing. But, you never know if you've got that right or not. So, cross fingers. Let's, I wish they would let you do a little jump. Yeah, you can see the hut itself produces no light in the aurora. There's no electricity in there at all. But I did see something off in this direction. I could have sworn, so... Two things I wish they had in this game. No, two more things. Binoculars and a compass. I suppose they could argue that the compass is rendered useless by the electromagnetic event, but I think that music that music is actually part of the original soundtrack. And if anyone's interested, I did do an original soundtrack / ASMR video of the title screen for 2 hours and 50 odd minutes, where I played the entire original soundtrack in the background. And you do get to see the aurora because the title screen's animated and it's got a daylight cycle. I'm actually kind of irritated by that video now, not because I don't like the video, it's because other people have put the original soundtrack onto YouTube and got thousands of views out of it, and I've got 37. I need to find a way to sell it better, I suspect. Oh no. Wind's picking up. That's never a good sign. Oh. Okay. Maybe... Maybe I'll get lucky. Or maybe I won't. Oh no. This is the problem with this region. The weather can keep you in place for days. 28. That's cured. That's nice. I do need another deer skin though, don't I? I think I do. Oh, now I've got to check. Yep, I do. Excuse me a second. Definitely need another. I've got 2 more skins around here, haven't I? Yeah. And yeah, full-blown blizzard. And temperatures plummeting. Apparently, you don't see deer in this kind of weather. I'm not sure whether you see rabbits or not. Guessing not. Oh yes, there are rabbits out there, so much for that idea. There are some animals apparently you don't see during blizzards, but apparently rabbits ain't one of them. No, it's not. Now, can you imagine if this had happened during yesterday's live stream? Oh no, I think I discussed that, didn't I? I could have stayed where I was for a few days, but I think I made the decision that if the blizzard kept going for long enough, I would simply strike out in the direction of the island and take my chances until I've had little choice. Hopefully I'm sheltered enough that... Yeah. Oh no, I'm already starting to... Oh, I need to fix that. Okay, let's see, what do I need to fix the... That is... Okay. Get that nice and toasty. Ah, there we go. Now I'm back up to 32%. That would only give me a little bit. That's up, that's up. And that... Yeah. 32 degrees is about as good as I can get with what I'm wearing. I think the bearskin does get you warmer. Bearskin coat. I wish there was something you could do about this. It looks out of place. I've gone to all this trouble to make clothing out of skins and furs, and I can't do anything about my face. I think you can do something with the cougar, but I'm not positive about that. It's sort of a cowl you can make from cougar skin. And you can't make, say, rabbit skin undergarments, unfortunately. So, yeah. These are, I think, about the best that you can get in the game. Ah, okay, no, that's probably a valid point. I can actually do something about that. What I can do is I can just drop that down. Let's see how that works out. How does that sound to you, Sudo? I've dropped the desktop audio down a smidge. So, in principle, when I'm just talking like this, my voice is louder than the background. Oh, okay. All right. I had to reinstall and reset up OBS the other day, and I kind of left the desktop audio on maximum, so maybe that was a mistake. I've had it this level before. This used to, I think this sound level for the desktop, which is game basically, is what I had it at for ages, but I thought, no, let's just crank it up to maximum. And obviously that was a mistake, but okay, I'm glad that works better. The other problem, of course, is I already know that when I talk to the camera, my microphone's here. So if I talk this way, it gets louder. But short of, I don't know, moving this microphone into a position where it can't actually reach, I'm not sure what I can do about that. Actually, I probably ought to look at changing this at some point. Right now, microphone's literally here. Technically, if I could hang it directly above my head there, that might make for more even sound. But my swing arm doesn't reach that far, unfortunately. The other thing, I am using a boom arm, yes.
Can't feel my hands.
Oh, hang on a second. I need to save Mackenzie while I'm talking about technical stuff. There we go. So yeah, this is a Rode swing arm. It works pretty well, actually. Yeah. Everything goes into position. Yes. The funny thing is, the microphone is a Blue Yeti. It's about 15 years old. You can still get that microphone, and it's still considered to be a very good microphone. And I have simply not gotten much use of it. It does actually come with its own stand, but I've got nowhere on my desk where I could easily put the stand. Yeah, stand's actually behind me. It's useless to me, hence the swing arm. I have actually seen people using the microphone stand. There we go, just move it slightly off camera. I always think getting a swing arm is a better idea now. I should look at actually... I might try this. See if I can move it to a place where you get more consistent... I'm not sure where I could stick it. And I don't want suggestions about where I can stick it. Not sure where I could put it, actually. I'd have to sort of... Oh no, I can't stick it on this table. This table, you can't see, the table that I'm sitting at has a bracing front and back that's that thick. And that doesn't have the extension. It doesn't have the attachment that will fit for that. So that's probably about as good a place as I can put it. I could actually put it roughly where the mount for the... No, that still wouldn't reach, and then that would be irritating, because then the swing arm would go straight through my view of that monitor over there, which I don't want. I will have to give it some consideration. I mean, a lapel mic might work better, to be honest. I'll have to consider that. Well, it's not actually a computer table. I think it's a dining table, but it was cheap when I got it, and it looks nice. What you can't tell is it's got a bow in the middle, because for years I had this massive 36-inch, 40-kilogram TV sitting on it that I use as a secondary monitor. And it's put a bow in the table. But I have since replaced that with a much lighter LCD monitor. It was quite... You can't see this, and I can't really show you, but right above me there, I have a 40-inch Hannisbury monitor. It's a 1080p, and it's great for videos and movies and what have you. And it's quite cheap. A 40-inch 1080p 60 hertz monitor is actually quite cheap. If that had been a higher refresh rate or a higher resolution, it would have been significantly more expensive. But for watching YouTube or watching a movie, it's perfect. So, and it's actually, like I say, it's a 40-inch screen, and it only weighs about 10 pounds, 5 kilos. I think it's about that. It's very light. I've had it for about a year. It's been pretty good. The funny thing, there's a story about buying that monitor. Where did I find it? Laptops UK, I think. And I have 4. 3 driven by my Linux system, and then the Hannisbury is connected to the laptop, you can see. That's an old laptop now. It's about 4 years old, 5 years old. Still going. But so I ordered this 40-inch Hannisbury, and I must have confused Laptops. Is it Laptops Direct? I think it was Laptops Direct, because they called me to make sure I understood what I was buying. Because it's not the kind of monitor that most people get. Not private purchase. It's the kind of monitor you have for, your business, where you display whatever it is, advertising sort of thing. And I had to reassure them that no, I knew precisely what I was getting, and it was precisely what I wanted. It even has its own speakers. I mean, they're not fantastic speakers, but they're surprisingly good. Yeah. When I started building the system, I did not intend having this many monitors. I really didn't. I wanted a widescreen, so I got a widescreen. Of course I did. It's a 1440p widescreen. AOC. It was one of the cheaper ones, but I happen to like AOC. They have this great height adjustment, spring-loaded height adjustment. So you just move it, it's great. And I had a very old second monitor, and I thought, I don't like that second monitor. So I got a second AOC. Not the same type. This is a 34-inch, so I got a 27-inch. So I got this 27-inch curved 1440p screen, regular 2560 by 1440, and I looked at the setup and I thought, you know what, I've got to get another monitor for that side. So I've got exactly the same make. So now I've got this curve covering 88 inches. But I do use all the monitors, yes. The Hannisbury, right now, it's got YouTube up on it. And it is my monitor I actually use the most, because if I'm not streaming, I've got YouTube on, and I'm watching documentaries or something like that. So yeah, no, these monitors get used. The one in front of me, and that's the one you're seeing, is the one I play games on. On this side, where the camera is, I have chat, restream chat, which shows YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. And I have the OBS set up on that side. So both of those are in use over there. So I can actually look at myself and sort of make sure that, yes, I look like I'm talking to the camera properly. But it also allows me to, check things like, desktop audio. Do I have all the various sources because you wouldn't believe this, but for OBS right now, I'm running 6 separate sources of information. One for the microphone, one for desktop audio, the slide display you can see in the background, the chat screen, and the camera, and the gaming screen. So that's 6 sources of information, just to show you what I'm showing here. On this side, this monitor has, I could technically probably not use this, but I've got Steam up on that, and I have YouTube Studio up on this side. So that's what I see. Oh, and YouTube previews on the tablet. And so yeah, I do use them all. I could technically get rid of that monitor if I had to, and hopefully I don't have to. But if I want to do something, like I want to go look something up, it's easy. I can just use that monitor over there. You don't need to be looking at Steam, to be honest. Oh, sometimes if I get interrupted by chat, I can have I can have WhatsApp on that monitor, so I can actually do 2 things at once. If something happens and I need to pay attention to it, I can see it there. I could actually do YouTube preview on that monitor or that one, and the YouTube preview is useful, especially because I get notifications on YouTube chat more quickly than I do on the Restream chat. So yeah, I do use them all. And in case anybody's wondering, I have no plans to have 3 widescreens. I think that would be excessive, and I don't have the space. The interesting thing is, if I had 3 widescreens, it would actually be harder to see what's going on. So this setup I've got here, I can actually see clearly from side to side, mostly. But if I had 3 widescreens, I would need a much wider setup, which won't fit where I'm sitting. And it would actually make it harder to see certain things. I would need a much wider space. Maybe one day. Just to be flash. Anyway. Yes, it does. But on the other hand, I don't have to have Twitch up. So, you know, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Oh, there are people who have done it, I've no doubt. You know, there's always this slight temptation to have a complete circle of widescreens. Not quite sure how you would do that. The graphics card I've got will support 4 monitors, 3 DisplayPort and 1 HDMI. But yeah, no, this fits with my requirements very nicely. Even though I did, like I say, buy that 3rd monitor because I liked the aesthetic. I could manage with only 2. Right. What am I doing? Sitting through a blizzard, talking technical stuff. But yeah, no, this always the mic here always slightly bothers me because of the slightly variable sound. I could wear a headset, but I am of the opinion that it looks better if I'm not wearing a headset. Just my opinion. But I do have a headset, I could use that. But in fact I did. I think there was a brief period where I did use the headset for streaming. In fact, I know it was. I think it was before I had the webcam. I could get audio from the webcam. That's interesting. I don't know if I could use two... I wonder if I could use two microphone sources simultaneously. I don't think that would work too well because the webcam microphone is fine for certain limited use, but not necessarily for streaming. I might do it one day just for grins and giggles, see how it works. I'm trying to think how I would actually get that set up. I would probably have to use a virtual cable, and I have a great program for that. I could probably do that. Actually, do you know what I could do? It is a... What is that? Hang on a second. I'm going to have to check now, because I'm not sure. What is the video capture? Let's see. It is a MX Brio. A Logi MX Brio, I think. I will have to check. Yeah, I think I could actually add a second sound source to this. Let me have a little look. I think that's... I think I got that right. It's a Logitech MX Brio. I think it's the 4K version. Yeah, because this will record at 4K at 30 frames a second, which is obviously not what I'm doing, but it will do. I'm not quite sure which version it is. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah. Yes, it is. Logitech MX Brio, I think. Yeah, because it will actually record 4K. Yep, that's the one. Ultra wide 4K, ultra wide 4K. Yep. There you go. Logitech MX Brio. So that's what I use the camera. It's too much camera in many respects, but it gives me options. Let's put it that way. And I'd rather have options than not. Okay, so I'm still stuck waiting for the weather. So while I'm hanging around, anything anybody else wants to ask me? Oh, that's odd. I thought I had. Hang on a second. I thought I had 188 subscribers. I appear to have lost somebody during the live stream. I picked up... I seem to have picked up one subscriber and lost another. I did have 188 at one point. Right, Yep, I am completely socked in for the weather. Do I still have meat down here? I should do. Yes, I do. While I'm not in danger of running out, yes, the problem, if I run out of fresh meat here, I'm actually in trouble, technically, because while I have a few bits and pieces, I don't have a lot of preserved food. So... And I actually... need to think about what I'm doing next. And I don't mean right now, I mean in the game, I mean today. According to this, I've been streaming for nearly 2 hours, and I need to take a shower. I haven't done that yet. Technically, I haven't gotten up yet. So I tell you what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this to a close, seeing as there's nothing happening here, and that I do need to get on. So, if the person who unsubscribed during the live stream would kindly resubscribe, I'd appreciate it. Or... oh, hang on a second. What region am I in? Do you mean in the game? In the game, I am in the Forsaken Airfield. To be precise, this is Drift Island. And so I am... It doesn't show on the map, but there is a hut right there in that general region. So that's where I am. If you mean what region physically, I am in northern England. So, what was I saying? Yes. Right. I will probably be back this time tomorrow. That is 5 a.m. I am hoping that maybe next week I can resume streaming at 9 a.m., which I know is more convenient for most people. Which means if I'm bored, I'll stream Warstream or something at 5 a.m. instead, but that's not to be counted upon. I will probably stream this evening at around about 7 p.m., but that's, again, not scheduled, so don't count on it. But if you are subscribed... I mean, if you're not subscribed, then you won't know about when I start streaming. But if you are subscribed, you should get a notification. Well, actually, seeing as the subjects come up, I don't know how you pronounce your name. G. Risen? This is the Far Territories DLC. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So, no, the Far Territories DLC adds Forsaken Airfield, Contaminated something or other, and a few other places. In fact, I can show you. Yeah, this is all the DLC. So I have been, so far, I entered the region through this direction to here, and then headed off to the Forsaken Airfield that you can see over here. I haven't been to Sundered Pass yet, and I haven't been to the zone of contamination. And I don't think I can scroll sideways. No, I can't. So. But the Far Territories DLC, highly recommended. It adds some very useful functionality to the game, including the travois, some extra food, the trader that you can access through Coastal Highway, which one day I'll get back to because I've got a trade in progress with him that I've never completed. And I want to get his bow. Actually, what I might do after this is head back there and see if I can't churn through some of the trades. But that's in the future. I've also got to go back to the cannery to reload my ammunition. Which means I've probably got to go to Pleasant Valley to pick up dusting sulfur and stump removal. Right, okay, I have digressed enough. I hope you all I hope you all have a good day. Sorry, I just noticed something on the achievements display. That was from yesterday. So anyway, I hope you all have a good day. Sorry? Oh, hang on. I'm digressing again. So I entered the region from here. This is to transfer pass, and it's not mapped, but this road leads all the way around through Junker's paddock, all the way down until you end up here at the airfield. When I headed off to where I am now, I actually came up this way. It took me a couple of days. I had to stop at Final Approach for a day or two because I ran out of food and there were deer nearby. I was told to head to this viewpoint, but obviously ended up going in this direction for whatever reason and found Drift Island. I think there's supposed to be a worthwhile house or hut in that general region. There's not much shelter over there, and there's a bear. I think it's this region here is patrolled by a bear, and this region over here is patrolled by a bear. So, right. Hope you all have a good day. Be excellent to each other. Be kind to children and animals. And I will see you all next time.